I welcome you back again to another video lecture on Python programming, and in this video lecture I'll go ahead and teach you how to find the row and column with maximum sum of elements in a matrix. Alright, so it's one of an interesting project. Let's go ahead and kick off immediately by importing random from. Go ahead and import random. So from random, import random. All right, so and let's say matrix be equal to x, and then we go ahead and use a for loop, and I'm going to say for, so for I in range of, so for I in range of, do you want that to be 5 column or 5 rows? How do you want that? Let that be 6, and I think that is better, and that is, let's say, row equal to empty space, and for j, so for j in range of, so for j in range of 6, go ahead and say row dot append int random, and go ahead and let that be maximum of 20. Okay, let that be the range it will be, and then go ahead and say matrix dot append. Go ahead and append the row. For now we'll go ahead and do the same for the column later wise. Then go ahead and let's go ahead and say for row in matrix, we have to go ahead and print rows. For rows in matrix, we go ahead and print that out, because remember is a matrix and you have to print this out in an array form. Therefore we're going to use for loop to print that out. Alright, now let's go ahead and say, let's say r maxi for row is equal to 0, and r id, that is the id of the row, is equal to 0. Then let I be equal to 0 as well. Now let's go ahead and use a for loop, and using a for loop, go ahead and say for row in matrix, so for row in matrix, go ahead and say if sum of the row, let's go ahead, if sum of the rows, because we're checking the sum, so if sum of the rows of r maxi, some row of r maxi, then we go ahead and say r maxi is equal to sum of row. All right, now go ahead and say the RID. Okay, the RID is equal to I. Then we go ahead and say that I is equal to plus equal 1. Now go ahead and print out the rows. It's very important to print out the sum of the rows. So printing out the sum of the rows, let's go ahead and show ID. Let's say that RID so RID, and then go ahead and is or equal, and then go ahead and put r maxi. All right, so now we need to do that for the column as well, because I have to work for column as well. Let's go ahead and do that for column. So for column, go ahead and say C max Z. C max Z is equal to 0. Then CID is equal to 0. And using a for loop, go ahead and say for I in range of 6, because this is a 6 by 6 matrix. So for I in range of 6, and let's go ahead and say sum col. So sum column is equal to, that summation of the column is equal to 0. Now we go ahead and use a for loop and say for j, let's say for j in range of 6, for j in range of 6, then we go ahead and say sum col plus equal sum col plus equal the matrix of the array, and pass in the value of j and I. Alright, now we go ahead and say that is an if statement if sum col is greater than, let's say if sum col is greater than C max Z, then if that is done, therefore C max Z is equal to sum col. Then let's make the CID to be equal to I, and we'll go ahead and print out CID is equal to, go ahead and say C max Z. Alright, so this will help us to print out all. Okay, this is a CID comma then equal to C max Z. So if everything been equal, we go ahead and check if there's any place we have a mistake, because this code is really very big. It's a very big bunch of code. So let's go ahead and look at this is C max Z, and here we say max Z is equal to sum col. So this is C max Z. Check it out, C max Z equal to sum col. Now let's go ahead and run this code and check it out. Wow, the code is not really looking very good to me, because I want this to be of the same size. Close that. Let's make this to a maximum of 10. Okay, let's print from 1 to 9. Okay, so that it can be able to look good. Okay, if I run this code, you see how beautiful it's going to look like. Can you see that? It's looking very sweet, and this is what I want from us. So the row, okay, the row, first row, which is this row, if you sum everything right here, it is going to give you 33. Okay, sum everything right here, it is going to give you 33. And for the column, and that is column 3, that is the column right here. Okay, that is going to give you 38. So this is the column with the largest summation of the element, and this is the row with the highest summation of element. Okay, so if you run this code again, it's going to generate another one. So row 4 has the highest summation of element, and this is row 4. And for the column 2, this is the column 2 is this one right here. Okay, this is the one with the highest summation of the element. Now you can see that it's working out very fine. Go ahead and close that. This code is very big, so put this down in your own system and play around with it, and try to download this code from the resource folder, because I'll drop that there for you to also work with it in case if it's not clear to you. But if you have any question, please go ahead and use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.